we doing, guys? We are live with the fans post-match reaction. Can you guys hear me? That's the first thing. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can. Just trying something a little bit different with the camera today. Please let us know if you can or can't hear me. That would be a fantastic, guys. So Leeds 1, West Ham 2 post-match reaction. Guys, please let us know as soon as you can. If you can hear me. If you can't, I do need to know. That's good to hear, Mike. That's good to hear. My man Mike's Leeds Academy has reassured me. Hopefully sound is all good. If it does go off at all, guys, please do let me know in the comments. So, members, this is your chance to have a say on yesterday's result and yesterday's performance and everything about yesterday, or just Leeds United in general. This is your chance to have your say. The link is on the members page. You will find a link there to join this stream. So if you go to the usual YouTube community page, you will find the link there on All Leeds TV. So please feel free to join anyway, guys. So yeah, let's get some thoughts in the early doors. I've not got any guests as of yet, so not a great sign. But anyone who wants to join, you are more than welcome to join now. So let's have a look at some of the comments coming in. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So yeah, a couple of comments about Adam Forshaw. Obviously, he's picked up another injury. You can't get a break. Adam Forshaw cannot get a break. It's gutting. It's absolutely gutting. He's obviously out for another month or so. And yeah, I've got the Robin Koch t-shirt on. A couple of people have picked that out already. In fact, you can see it in all its glory here. If you read this, you love Robin. But yeah, we need him back, don't we? We need him back time. But I tell you who is back. Who is back in the backstage there? It is Mr. Michael. I'm going to add him in now.
Hey, how's it going, bro?
How are we, mate?
Yeah, just getting over it, really. Yesterday went great, was it?
I don't think I will, mate. I don't think I will. What I'm going to do is, mate, I'm just going to take it out for 2 seconds. I'm just going to adjust my internet for 2 seconds, if that's okay, mate.
Go for it, mate.
So just wary what's occurring. Run better. It's frustration, isn't it, mate? It's frustration.
Yeah, there was quite a few positives though. To some of the players, Meslier was awesome, wasn't he? End of the day, he made.
He had to be again, though.
Some amazing saves. I just think he must be in the top 3 best goalkeepers in the Premier League at the moment. The way he's going.
Yeah, good form he is. I mean, he literally has saved us, probably conceding double the goals we have so far this season. Yeah, I mean, does it concern you how much we have to do, Melier?
It is a bit concerning, but we have got about 6. All the defenders we've got out, and time sort of reflecting on sort of yesterday, we've got 6, maybe 7 players out. So to lose 2-1 at the end of the day isn't that bad, is it? I know it's a bad run we're on, but
I'd agree. I think the thing that's bad for me from yesterday isn't so much the result, because to be honest, I was kind of expecting the result that we got. It's more the goals conceded and the way the drop off from the first half to the second half concerned me a lot. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but yeah, I thought the first half was good. I've said it in my post match numerous times.
Yeah, I saw it post match.
Today, football's played over 90 minutes. I didn't see anything from us second half that was particularly good. I just thought we were dropping deeper and deeper. And as soon as it went to 1-1, I think we all felt it was good. I think everyone certainly felt it was going to go to 2-1 if we didn't change the momentum. And we couldn't do that, especially when Rafinha went off. So, yeah, it's one of them. I'm agreeing with the individual performances. Rafinha as well. He was superb.
I thought as soon as Rafinha went off, our performances just dropped, I think.
Well, that always felt like it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, It's not too bad. I mean, I do agree. It's certainly first half with Joey that the first half was our best half of the season. I don't think there's much doubt about that. It was certainly the one time I think we really put a team on the back foot, especially a team as good as West Ham. But yeah, I don't know. Second half was dropped for me. Maybe if it'd been the other way around, we started the first half like we did the second half, and then finished the game like we did the first half, then maybe you have a bit more of a positive thing on it. But for me, I thought we were okay. But you can see why we are where we are at this moment in time. We can see far too many chances. I'll be honest, I don't think we're created a big chance for click. But again, it's not
if that goes in.
Yeah, of course it does. But then we can equally say if the header off Sufal goes in, an amazing save off Melier, or the one off Benrahma, or the one-on-one for Antonio, you know that's 3 chances to our 1, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so for me,
yeah.
I know West Ham are a good team, but that's just far too open, in all honesty.
I'm trying to be positive.
I am as well, mate. I am, to be fair, as well.
I know, yeah.
There was stuff most of all that we liked. Charlie as well. I mean, obviously, your channel is built around the academy. How proud were you to see his performance?
Oh, yeah. He was like winning everything in the air, wasn't he?
Yeah, everything. I'm telling you, I thought for life.
And I don't know if you've seen it. Antonio's come out and said like that wasn't a foul for like when Meslier got injured for their disallowed goal. He's come out and said that shouldn't have been disallowed. What just a joke.
Well, I mean, when it happened, I wasn't even worried about that, to be honest, because it was so obviously a foul that it couldn't be given. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know what he's chatting there. He's chatting rubbish, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Absolute nonsense there. Because how can it not be a foul, Mike?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If he's got blood coming everywhere down his shirt, he has to get a new shirt on. But yeah.
Melier his hand or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What can Antonio's? Antonio's won the game. Why is he even complaining about it? Won the game. Bizarre behaviour, that really. I mean, Antonio's lucky to be on the pitch, in all honesty, with that situation.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Look, he stayed on the pitch. We gave far too much space to the second goal. I mean, any other specific positives for you from the game there, Mike?
Calvin done all right. Yeah, there isn't like many. Coop's done okay. Shackleton done quite well, to be fair. He was like,
I agree.
I thought he done well. I was a bit like concerned with like Firpo. He seemed to be everywhere. Was a bit worrying.
He was kind of everywhere, but he was he needed them to be somewhere, if that makes sense. On the icon side there, you're thinking, why have Firpo and Cooper swapped? Why has Cooper gone to left back for that particular move? I mean, me and I saw it happen and think, they've swapped. Why have they swapped? And then swap back over, and then the goal happens. And I think it does actually come off Junior, doesn't it? The first goal. It might have gone straight in, but yeah, I agree. Firpo was a bit more all action, but he kind of wasn't in the places he should have been for me in the game.
But that first goal we conceded, I'm thinking nothing's going our way. First it hits Cooper, then it hits Firpo's backside, and then goes in.
Yeah. I mean, that's something. I mean, but yeah, it's poor defending though as well. I mean, I agree with this off Gary Keith. Sorry, I'll just go back up. I will go to that comment again in a second. Cresswell should keep their place in the starting 11 for Watford, and I agree with that. I really want to see either player come out. But I'm not sure that's going to happen though. But I do think they're in place now, Mike. What about you, mate?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Strank's going to come in, to be fair.
You think?
Yeah, I think Strank's
Is he back in? I think he's got one more game, hasn't he?
I thought that
suspension.
That was it.
He's done Newcastle. Oh, hang on. No. Yeah, sorry. He will be back. He will be back available. You know, I'd be tempted to do on Strauk, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that, couldn't you? But yeah,
I
he
mean, a
hasn't
right
done
footer,
himself
left footer.
any harm whatsoever.
Highly doubt that will happen, but that's just
No,
a potential option to go to. Yeah, I think obviously a lot of praise for the youngsters yesterday. Yeah, I agree with this. I think they were probably. I'm not sure if they. I think Rafinha was still our best player for me in terms of he made a massive contribution in the game, and the whole. I think the whole atmosphere when came off. To be honest, I think there was a bit of an anxiety about Ellen Road as soon as Rafa came off at 1-1. You're worried at that point. You are worried.
I just hope he's not out for too long because he had 2 ice packs on his hamstring, both hamstrings.
Really, I didn't know that. To be fair,
I saw it on the telly on the stream. Yeah, so it was on both, but hopefully he'll be all right. What did you think to Rodrigo then?
I don't, first half okay from Rodrigo. Second half, again, I just thought performance massively dropped. I don't think there was any pressing from Rodrigo. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm a bit harsh on Rodrigo. Maybe I was a bit harsh yesterday in terms of when I said he needs taking out the team like you won't believe. But I wasn't harsh on Dalton Click. I wasn't harsh on them. They were shocking. No. I can't. I love both players, but they were shocking in the second half, and I'm certainly not going to back down on that because I don't think either player will say that Phil Fielder played well yesterday. And if they do, that's a massive to me because they didn't pass all yesterday, either player, and that's just the honest truth. Yeah. Rodrigo, some nice little touches and flicks, but again, I don't know. It's not when you're looking at that first half. For me, I'm looking at the chances Antonio kind of got himself, little half chances. He was always kind of a threat, despite being quiet. If that makes sense, he felt like he would get that one chance in the game. Antonio was making all the right runs. A lot of what he was trying to do wasn't coming off, but he was doing. He never gave up, kind of thing. I'm not saying Rodrigo gave up, but Rafinha, James, in that first half, we were on the front foot. I can't think of the chance Rodrigo's had in the game, and that tells me a lot about his movement. Wasn't on point. Really, you look at it and you think, why is he that deep, kind of thing? And I guess in some ways it obviously plays a part in the first goal, but you look at it and think, we kind of need Rodrigo in the box. Sometimes when Rafinha's got on the ball, he's beating Creswell one-on-one, and Rodrigo's not there. And you're thinking, this is Rodrigo's strength, is his off-the-ball movement. And I just think, we really miss Bamford, I feel. In all honesty, I know obviously Bamford's not had the best of starts of the season. And maybe I wouldn't be this harsh if Rodrigo was in better form going into this game. I'd probably have a lot of things. When you've got someone who's out of form, you're going to pick up on all the bad things they do in the game, very few of the good things. And I just think he needs to take out the team. If Bamford's back available, I'd have no patience, to be totally honest.
I think Rodrigo plays better as a 2 up front.
Yeah, there's an argument for that. But unfortunately, Marcelo will never play up front, I don't think, on the Elsa.
And then Roberts came on, I thought, no.
Well,
it's like a broken record, isn't it? With
it's Roberts. One of them. I mean, when I saw the substitution was made, it's Roberts on the right wing as well, out of position.
Yellow card.
Yellow card as well. I feel for him. I do feel a bit for Tyler. It's obviously he's getting a lot of stick. I think there's a lot to criticise about Tyler's game at this moment in time. I can't lie. He's not really done a lot on the pitch to really prove anyone wrong. But I mean, it's one of those subs I just don't think we make if we have a full squad available. If Rafinha's not in that game, if he's fully fit, to be totally honest. And I was a bit surprised Somerville maybe didn't come on a natural right-sided winger. That was maybe a mistake because I think we lost that a little bit when they went to Roberts on the right rather than Rafinha. But I don't think we've just lost that game yesterday because Tyler Roberts came on. I think a lot of people on Twitter kind of alluded to that. We didn't lose it for that reason. I'm not defending Tyler Roberts' cameo or recent performances, but we haven't lost that game because of Tyler Roberts. We've lost that game because
definitely not.
Poor defending, the whole momentum of the team. We couldn't keep the ball in midfield. Yeah,
lost it in midfield, didn't we?
Yeah, we totally did. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, Mike. I was looking at Declan Rice, looking at him thinking, how much time has he got on the ball today? In that
Can't
second
give him
half,
that
first half
time.
he closed him down really well, but second half he's got far too much time and space, and we just couldn't solve that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, not great. But we move on, I suppose, don't we?
We do. Yeah, we've got to move on. Yeah, obviously we've got a big game against Watford. I mean, how do you see us getting on in that one, mate?
I was just looking before I come on to your channel. We've got 4 big games, haven't we? Sort of coming
big
up.
Games, yeah. Of course, it's Watford, Southampton, Wolves, Norwich, isn't it? It's a big games.
Yeah.
Seen a couple of comments say we need 10 points out of that 4.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that might be a bit of an exaggeration, to be honest. But I do see the point. It's an opportunity to get some of that. There's an opportunity. We need 10 points, but I think we can get 10 points. I think you got to be looking at that Norwich game, probably the game next week, as ones that we should be winning. Wolves, an opportunity to get points on the board. But I think if we play like we did in the first half, then
we'll be all right.
Then we probably could blow on some of those teams away, to be honest. I think, like I was saying before, I think first half best we've played all season.
Yeah.
Moments in the second half were okay, but if we can keep that momentum, then absolutely, and I think we can. But what's your thoughts on Watford then? I mean, are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How worried are you? Say if last week you were a 4 out of 10 on the worried scale. Are you more worried now or less worried?
Probably a 3, to be fair. It is getting to me. Ruins your weekend. It ruins your weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's back to the old Leeds, isn't it? Ruining weekend, being the best of the week. To be honest, yeah, I don't know what it was about yesterday's game. It's probably the least confident I felt going into a game in total. I never really felt. First half was just so pleasing to see. It's like this is like watching the usual Leeds into Bielsa, and then just the way the second half went up a lot of our season so far.
Do you think the injuries?
I agree with this off Cash and Reckner here. There's no games easy. Remember that. Just because it looks easy, that these teams will be thinking the same about playing us at this moment in time. They'll be looking at our form, the amount of chances we give away. But yeah, let's give a prediction right now, Mike. Out of those next 4 games, points wise, what do you see us getting?
It's got to be at least 9.
9. Okay, so 3 wins, maybe a defeat.
Yeah,
I'd take that all day long.
We've got to beat Norwich because they just lose every week.
Concerns are really, really getting big if we don't beat Norwich. No disrespect to Norwich, but the way they've started the season,
that'll be the lowest of the low, wouldn't it?
It really would. But that's not going to happen. We're going to beat Norwich, Mike. We're going to beat Norwich. I hope. This is true. This is my exact feelings. To be fair, Ross Vernon, 2 halves for me yesterday. First, West Ham had the better of the second. I couldn't really put it much better than that. A couple of comments from West Ham fans here, actually. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry, this flashes up so quick. There we go. I'm a West Ham fan. I think Leeds are a good side. I think you just need a bit of luck, and that's true. As much as I was a bit critical of the match yesterday, our luck was out, wasn't it? Our luck was out quite considerably on the first goal, and maybe certain little different bits and pieces as well. We did have luck yesterday, we made.
I just think with injury, when Alien comes back, maybe his form turns around. I don't know when he's going to come back though, so I don't know. Forshaw's out for a long time, isn't he? He's got another quite a big nasty injury, I think. So,
I think there's Forshaw you look at and you think we're not going to be able to get games out of Forshaw now. I think we've got to maybe accept that now. It's difficult to accept. I think Forshaw's a good player, but he's just never. He's literally never fit to play, and that's no exaggeration. Over the last 2 years, he just hasn't been fit to play, and I just don't see how that's something moves, to be totally honest. And I think that's maybe what we've got. I think maybe this stage of the season now, obviously 6, 7 games in, it's not been a good start. We are in the relegation zone. We need to start being honest with looking at certain players.
Yeah.
Yes, Stuart Dallas has been absolutely superb for this Leeds team, but he's not been doing the job in the field that he did last season. He has been poor for me. I think a lot of Leeds fans would probably agree with me there.
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily saying drop Stuart Dallas, but maybe can we put him back into a full-back position? Obviously, Luke Ayling came out yesterday, and to be honest, I think every game James has played, he's been best. To be totally honest, Mike, I don't know if you'd agree with me on that. I'm not the better player. I'm just saying, in terms of form, in terms of confidence, the energy they bring into the team, I think unfortunately Shackleton's there, and I don't think there's any problem with maybe promoting some of the younger players. Your Shackletons, your Creswells, your Lewis Bates, your Somervilles, because at the end of the day, we're going to have to play them at some point. You saw Creswell yesterday play without fear. Shackleton play without fear. Somerville, obviously the form he's in. Gelhardt, the way he's playing as well. Maybe there's a time to give these players chances, because I think it's a obsession that when you struggle with experience in the team, I don't necessarily see. I just think that's always been a bit, not necessarily a myth, but I don't necessarily think that's the situation. I just think we need to play without fear. Maybe give some of these under 23 players a chance now.
I'd like to see Baiting, like you said. I'd like to see him in midfield. He's got a great tackle on him. He's got a great range of passing on him. He can get up and down, can't he? So maybe give him a chance. Maybe give him a chance against Norwich or someone.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily saying change everyone. But look at certain players and say, are we getting the most out of them? We know Stuart Dallas is a better player than what he showed yesterday. We know he's a far better player than what he showed yesterday. We know Click's a better player than what he showed yesterday. We've got to change the balance a little bit. We've got to change maybe the fullbacks. We've got to change maybe the centre halves. And that's maybe what we've got to do. Maybe it's going to be. I said yesterday it's going to be a little bit of short-term pain for these teams. It's going to be a little bit of short-term pain until we've got these players back. We're going to have to test things out and just see what combinations work. I think we all know when everyone's fit, Llorente and Struijk is our best centre half. I don't think there's much about that. Well, certainly Llorente is the number one. His number is numero uno in this Leeds team. There's no doubt about that in terms of centre backs. We know Captain there. We know Rafa's up top, but whilst we've got players out, we're going to have a little bit of pain as we try and find a composition within these 11 players that gets the most out of them, really. It's just, I don't know about you, Mike. It's just confusion for me at the minute watching this Leeds team. In terms of we're still doing 90% of things right, but when the other 10% not only doing wrong, we're horrific wrong kind of thing, and that's the total honesty of this. It's dramatic, isn't it, with this Leeds team?
Yeah, I think some of the teams know how to sort of work us out a little bit. If they can get past one man in on midfield, especially, they can open us up straight away.
Yeah, you saw it on the second goal, really. In terms of how much space. It's a confusing goal, the second goal, really. Why is Shackleton picking up Antonio? He's all the way from right back into centre back to follow Antonio. Why it came to that, I don't know. I'll probably have to watch it back again. But obviously we still go man marking quite direct. I thought it worked really well first half. I always want to be level-headed with something like this. It did work well first half. There's no doubt about it. The second half, West Ham adjusted things up, and we're having a lot more joy. The spaces were opening up all over the place, as you said, Mike. As soon as one of them midfielders, put a string of passes together or dribble our midfielders, the space opened up. Declan Rice, how many times did he do that in the second half?
Yeah. Do you think Bielsa ever changed the system if it got really bad, like if we haven't won in 10 or something like that?
In what sense? Go to a more defensive team,
or like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2? Would he ever, or would he just stick to his philosophies? And
it's hard to say. I mean, I certainly don't think 4-4-2. I just don't think Bielsa wants the same amount of midfielders as he has strikers. I don't think he likes that. I think he said it a couple of that he doesn't really want that balance at all. I think he trusts just having one, centre forward to do all the pressing, link up play, to do two men's job in effect.
Yeah.
Two men's jobs, that centre forward spot. But I can't see it, to be honest. I can't see it. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just gonna. Is my mic okay, mate?
Absolutely fine.
Okay. If I get any more comments about the mic, I might have to just switch things up a little bit. Apologies if it is bad, guys, but hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just confusion. Like in terms of what we're going to get from this Leeds team next week is the big question for me. It's if I was going to ask you now, Mike, you're starting 11. It's the Aylin. All the other options are back, other than maybe you
if they're all back, I would go obviously Meslier. I would go Aylin, Llorente, Strauch, Cooper. Being captain, Cooper's okay. I don't mind Cooper. I'll probably go Cooper and Firpo. I'll just Dallas, Click, Rafinha, James, and Bamford.
Okay. Interesting. So James over Harrison.
Yeah, because I don't think he's fully recovered on COVID. Really, he can't.
No, there's a case for that. There's definitely a case for that. And I think this is an interesting point off Gary Keith that maybe Shackleton was a little bit worried about giving away a penalty. Maybe Creswell was, as Creswell came across. But that's it, isn't it? It's maybe a case of, I don't really think Shackleton's done anything wrong. I just think it's a very, very good goal off Antonio. To be honest, a bit of skill.
Yeah. I'd like to see maybe Shackleton in midfield when Aylin comes back as well. So Dallas is, if his form doesn't improve.
Yeah. No, there's a case for that in terms of Shackleton. And I just thought Shackleton and Rafinha linked up really nicely on that right side. In the first half, that was a bit positive.
Yeah. So
what's coming in? Lovely little one here off Giancarlo. Hey lads, my first game at Ellen Road. Atmosphere was electric, but gutted about the result. Creswell, Meslier, and Raf all contenders for man of the match. Watford is a must win. What did you think of Rodrigo at 9? Well, first of all, I totally agree with that. In terms of Creswell, Meslier, and Raf, I thought were the standouts.
Yeah.
Watford probably is entering close to must-win territory. But I'm not going to quite say it's must-win yet, because if we don't win, I don't want to be starting to absolutely massively next week. But yeah, if we can get a win, it'd be a lovely little boost. And I think I think the confidence is important that we win that Watford game. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I've had my say about Rodrigo 9. Mine was okay first half, and then just kind of very quiet as it went on. But I think it's his best position. I will say that much. I think it's still his best position. It's the one he's most likely to score from. But no, I mean, this is what Gary's saying here. I don't want Rodrigo sold. I don't want that. But I just think he needs to come out of the team for the time being. I think he needs to be an impact sub for Bamford as a man. Last 20 minutes, like he did the back end of last season. I just think that's the way to get his confidence up. What would you say about Rodrigo, Mike?
Yeah, exactly that. Because we just got the kids on the bench, haven't we? Pretty much. Bar Harrison, we just got the kids on the bench.
All it was.
Somerville, and all that lot. We've probably got the worst bench in the Premier League at the moment. So weak. Yeah, maybe we should have gone for a midfielder, centre mid. I think we missed out in the summer.
Yeah. No, you look at it now. You certainly look at it now, and you say, who was there to change the momentum of the game? There wasn't a Forshaw-like figure. There wasn't a Bates on the bench. There wasn't a Lewis O'Brien on the bench, or Ricky Pooge or Rodrigo de Paul. All these different names have been linked with anything like that we had yesterday, or had from the start, and I think it really told. I think, in all honesty, Mike, it's told in every single game. We've lost control some period of every single game, and I can put that down to the midfielders. Get a feel for the game, get on the ball, and really dictate things. Really affect the momentum of the game. I just feel like it's every game I watch for Leeds at this time. It should wins, but which is fun. It's entertaining to watch. But last season there was games where we did have that, where it was a little bit end to end, but we still had control. We still had long periods where we had to kept the ball pretty well. But the minute, I just think we try and it's not helping defensively.
No.
when we attack after attack on both sides, it's just not helping us at all. Is it at the back?
No. Maybe I'd like to see KP further a little bit forward. So you've got KP, Click, and Dallas in as a 3 to help out the midfield more. I don't know. What do you think about that?
No, it's definitely a case for that. It's in terms of where KP was playing for England at the Euros. I think we've obviously had mentions, nothing too specific. We have mentioned before on the channel that in terms of the way KP played against Croatia in a couple of the games, where he's given that little bit more license to get forward. Maybe there's a case for doing that for sometimes time, or maybe not from the start of the game, but maybe when we're chasing the game, having KP's ability to press. But I guess the only question would be then is who is going to hold the midfield role?
Yeah. Maybe cut that out.
No, there's nothing wrong with that suggestion. Obviously Lewis Bates done really well as a holding midfielder, although I think Lewis Bates more of a number 8.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's someone I really do want to see in this Leeds team. I think he's a fantastic talent. I think similar to Creswell, he's done enough. He's stood out enough in those games to get his opportunity. But I just don't think it's going to happen. In all honesty,
I like the way you say players have enough in the bank, and that's something you say a lot. Was quite that's quite good. How long would you say Roberts has got in the bank? If
Roberts has got much in the bank, to be honest, in that kind of sense. I don't think. I mean, your Dallas's, your Aliens, your Clicks, they've got quite a fair bit in the bank for me. In terms of they're going to have a game, but Roberts, I think the thing with Roberts is he's not a first choice player in this team.
No.
When we've got everyone available, even yesterday, Creswell and Shatner started ahead of him. I don't think Tyler, in all honesty, has got a lot in the bank, and I want to support Tyler. I do like his personality. I think there's quality in his game, but he just doesn't show it enough. In all honesty, he's got to start becoming more decisive. But no, I don't think there's a lot in the bank for Tyler, to be honest.
No, I think he just slows.
There's not a lot of moments you can point to with Tyler and say that at least he's produced that moment and that thing, but he hasn't really, in all honesty.
The way Leeds play, it's all quick, one-touch football, and then Tyler comes on and he slows it down, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world in certain periods of the game. I
can't hear you.
2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch my mic up. 2 seconds, guys. We will be back. How are we, guys? Hopefully you can hear me better now.
Very much so, yeah.
Is that
Loud
better?
and clear, yeah.
That's better. That's it, isn't it? That's it. We're trying to get there, guys. We're trying to get there. But
Because
oh,
what I was saying is about Gelhart, if he keeps scoring the way he is, he's just like banging in. I think he's on 6 already for the season.
well, it's an interesting one, isn't it, Gelhart? In that sense, I mean, he looks so ready, doesn't he? He does look so ready. I mean, obviously, you'll have seen more of the academy than me. I mean, can we play Gelhart as a 10 for the behind Bamford? Is there a possibility?
Yeah, he looks strong enough. I think he play against he's not Bradley Johnson out of the way, like in
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Against Blackburn, and he looks ready.
He's on fire. I mean, as Nicholas Griffin points out here, Gelhart 4-2. That's I know it's obviously at a lower level, but he's still on it, isn't he? He's still on. Confidence is massive in football. I just think we've got a team full of players, other than Melier and Raf, who are just out of, maybe Phillips, who are just out of confidence. Let's try and bring in some of these players. You saw the energy. I thought Creswell gave the crowd a bit of energy, to be honest. When he's going crunching in for tackles, when he's wanting to just take risks and that lot, looking good on the ball. I just think it maybe paves the way now for people like Gelhart, Bates, and that lot to possibly get opportunities now. I do think there's a case for it.
Yeah. Apart from the goal, I thought he had him in his pocket.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
I agree.
Didn't do much, did he?
Yeah, and I'm not normally one for saying, bring in the academy players, but I'm looking at it now, the situation, and saying that we've got that many injuries to senior players anyway. And that's the key thing here. It's not a case of we've got all the senior players to pick from, and I'm saying the academy players are better. I'm just saying there's certain gaps in the squad, in the 10 role, centre back, full back, centre mid. We've got gaps in all those positions for me.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of the academy players now. Let's take the opportunity. Yeah, we're already going to be a little bit weaker in them areas. Let's see if we can bring in players that can progress, and let's see what happens. I think there's definitely a case for that.
That Leeds smashed Liverpool by 4.
They scored 4 against Blackburn.
Yeah, they're equal.
Let's not mention they conceded 4 against Blackburn, but we scored 4.
They're equal, top of the league. You got equal top with City, I think. And we've only just been promoted, so there's probably doing better than I thought they would be in the under-23s.
Yeah, no, exactly that. And I mean, is there anyone else who's particularly impressed you this season for the 23s, other than Bates and Gelhart, as we've already mentioned?
Obviously, Sam Greenwood's doing well. He's got an amount of games as well. McKinstry's doing well. Yeah, and even Max Dean's doing well. He's only 18 years of age. Yeah,
no, I think you forget about Max Dean. He's a good centre forward, isn't he? He's, I mean, obviously, maybe doesn't get the same appreciation as what Gelhart and Greenwood do, but he's got a quality about him as well, Max Dean.
Yeah, he looks like he closes down a lot. He's more like a Bamford type role.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the most mobile, but a bit more of a similar to Bamford. Yeah, and I think this is true. This is a fair point. They can't. I don't think they'd be any worse, but they can't play any worse than what certain players are when they're being asked to play in certain positions. In terms of a centre mid, in terms of centre back and right back, left back, wherever, they can't play any worse. And their actual, I just think there's a situation where you could tell Charlie Creswell was a centre back playing centre back. It wasn't like Aylin going from full back to centre back. We're actually playing naturals in the natural positions in that sense.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not as experienced, but that was better than having Aylin at centre back for me. I'm not saying Creswell's a better player, but yesterday he looked better in that position than what Aylin did against Newcastle. I think that's categoric, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah. I think the commentator said it looked like he'd been there for years.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I can't believe he's 18 or 19. Or I don't know what he is now, 19, whatever he is.
Yeah,
I mean,
19, yeah.
It's madness.
He's massive, though. That's the thing what spots out. He's he wins all the balls and stuff like that.
Totally does. And that's real. I think that was just a real positive yesterday to see. I mean, if you had to guess out of all the 23s, I'm going Creswell on this. Who will get the most game time this season? If you had to guess right now, out of all the 23s in that current squad, who's going to...
Obviously, Creswell. I would like to see Bate and Gelhart. If Gelhart keeps scoring now on 23s, I would have thought Bielsa's got.
Well, it feels like if he keeps scoring, he will get the chance, surely.
Yeah. It all depends, what if Rodrigo doesn't improve and he needs to go on the bench. If they're young enough, they're good enough to play, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's it, isn't it? It's exactly that. I mean, if age wasn't a factor, I don't think anyone would have any hesitation, bringing in Gelhart and that lot. And it's the facts with Creswell yesterday, and I don't want to keep going on about Charlie Creswell, but and I probably am doing, and there's no problem with that, is there really? There's no issue if you talk about Charlie Creswell because he's just absolutely insanely good. If you asked anyone in that crowd who didn't know Charlie Creswell to guess his age, you're saying mid-20s, you're saying maybe even late 20s. It's how they play. It's not about the age, it's how they play. Creswell, he just looks like a seasoned pro in terms of the way he's reading the game. He's even leading, in terms of, you can see he's a talker. That's what it's about. It's irrelevant if he's 19 or if he's 39. If he's a leader, he's a leader. It doesn't matter about age.
Yeah, I thought set pieces, he was winning everything in the air, and you need that extra height in the box because I don't think the Leeds centre backs are massive.
No, not at all.
And I think he's sort of the tallest one and the most bulkiest one out of the lot. So I think he'll win. And that's what we need in defence because obviously we're leaking goals like anything at the moment. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And I think this is a fair point off Gary. This is a fair point. What would have been the louder cheer yesterday? Gelhart or Somerville instead of Roberts. That's a fair point, in terms of obviously the crowd wasn't delighted to see Tyler come on. In total honesty, I thought it was a little bit harsh, maybe. I think it's a bit harsh to... I think obviously Tyler didn't have a massive influence on the game, but to put this defeat on Roberts is harsh for me. I'm not saying Gary's done that. Absolutely not, Gary. I'm not saying you've done that at all. But I'm just saying I've seen certain sections of Twitter and maybe even YouTube, put the blame on Tyler Roberts and that. Like in the comments on YouTube and Twitter, I've seen certain things about Tyler, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, Tyler wasn't playing centre back here. In terms of he wasn't playing right back, left back. He wasn't, part of the defense. He just couldn't influence the game, and I don't think you can put it too much on him. But I think Somerville would have made more sense just because he's a right winger coming on from Rafinha.
Yeah, definitely. I think he needs to bulk up a bit, Somerville, though.
Yeah, no, he does. I mean, obviously Rente and Robin Koch. I mean, I think this is a little bit. In fact, I'm not even going to flash up that comment because I think it's just a little bit of an exaggeration. I mean, Llorente and Robin Koch, obviously, were brought for a combined 32 mil. 32, I think, maybe 30 actually. You're looking at how much availability we could get from both players. It's not great, is it? I mean, they're good players, but it's not great, is it? It does need mentioning that they both are first choice right-sided centre-backs and they're hardly ever available to play. That is a bit of a concern, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, it just, especially Llorente, just keeps coming back and getting injured again.
Well, the thing with Llorente is he had that run last season where I thought at any moment, I think it was a game against Liverpool where he felt his knee and you thought, oh, here we go. He's coming off, but he soldiered on. But you look at it and you think, he had that 15, 16 game run in the team.
Yeah.
And then now he's coming out again this season. And you're thinking, it's a bit of concern. And I think this is a shout. I think this really is a shout off Duncan. I was thinking it before in terms of Creswell and Struick.
Yeah.
I think it will be the long-term partnership, in all honesty. In terms of other than Koch, I think obviously Cooper, Llorente, a little bit older. There's a shout for that. I think the most pleasing thing about Creswell coming through yesterday is that Llorente and Koch is only sort of getting a little mention like just now. Just me just mentioning it now. I've not really mentioned it any other time this season in terms of their injury problems. But if you got Creswell in there, it's not as much of a concern, is it? To be fair,
no. And he's quite a strong player as well, isn't he? His right foot and left foot as well. So
I think strong in every sense. I mean, if you're making your league debut in front of 38,000 people against West Ham, we've dropped points in the first 5 games of the season. The crowd's a little bit nervy. I think he showed a really fantastic mentality as well as physical strength. I think in terms of mentality, it was fantastic from Creswell too.
As well, potentially they're our best passing centre backs within our team.
Yeah, there's a case for that. I think maybe, I think there's a case for that. They're not going to put you in massive trouble like we can sometimes put ourselves in, but yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Another comment here from West Ham fans. You gave us a real game yesterday. We would have lost that 2 seasons ago. Your young keeper was fab. I'm sure you will get points. There are 5 or 6 teams not as good as Leeds. Stay behind the boys and stay up. And fair play to the West Ham fans. Some really nice comments coming from them. I just thought it was watching it back. That first half was a really high quality half. It was a really high quality half. But
Moyes has actually come out, Oscar, and said Leeds done well. There's no other, team like Leeds, and it all come good in the end.
No, exactly that. But Mike, we're coming up to 45 minutes. I've got Ethan just in the waiting room there. I'm gonna let you go, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. But Mike, let us know about your YouTube channel. Where can we find you? And guys, subscribe to this guy. Subscribe to it. He's got a lot of fun content coming up. He's been telling me of his plans. It's very exciting plans. Check it out, guys. It's going to be a unique Leeds content creator. Where can we find you, mate?
On Mike's Leeds Academy on YouTube, and obviously I do Facebook Live as well. So there's plenty of content coming in the future. So it'd be great if you'd come over.
Get subscribing, guys. Get subscribing. Let's get. What are you on at the minute, mate?
326.
326.
Yeah.
How many have we got here? 160. Let's get Mike to 350. Let's get Mike to 350 by the end of this. Come on, guys. Come on. Push. Let's get in there. You won't regret subscribing. Lots of great. I don't think a lot of Leeds YouTubers cover the academy too much, but you can check out Mike. He will cover the academy a lot and the first team as well. So check him out. Mate, I'm going to let you go anyway. Absolute pleasure as always. We'll see you in a bit, mate.
Sunday. Take care. Bye.
See you later, mate. So we're going to let the legend himself come in now, Mr. Ethan. He joins us yet again. How are you, mate?
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm it's one of them, mate, isn't it? It's as soon as it went to 1-1, did you see it just becoming a 2-1 game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was inevitable, wasn't it, mate? It just felt so inevitable.
Yeah.
Why
you have to go in that near? Why?
What, the last minute goal?
Yeah. Why?
It just makes it worse, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't think any of us really deep down, not many of us expected us to get anything from the game, but to lose it like that as well, it just makes it just 10 times worse.
Yeah,
if it was possible to be worse. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've mentioned Rafinha. I thought was man of the match yesterday. I mean, would you agree with that, mate?
No, I could Creswell one.
Cresswell, it's a shout. It's definitely a shout. I mean, he was just so impressive, wasn't he? I mean, he was unreal, wasn't he, mate?
Yeah, he was. He was World Cup. Yeah, good game. He was World Cup.
Do you think, in terms of the Watford game, assuming people like Ayling are back available, Struick's obviously back available, I think Cresswell's got to keep his place. I don't know what you think to that, mate.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No, I think it's. I think there's definitely a case for that. I mean, maybe the bigger question is, do you think he will keep his place?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that confidence. To be fair, mate. I look at the goals we gave away. Did anyone else? I thought Meslier obviously deserves a big mention too, mate.
Yeah, good game.
Class. It's class, isn't it? I mean, Mike said before he's among the top. Well, on form, he's among the top 3 keepers in the league, just behind the likes of Alisson and Edison. Yeah. Would you rank him that high?
Yeah.
I love that. It's positive off Ethan. It's positive, this. So, I mean, obviously, look at the goal. Did anyone particularly frustrate you yesterday? It's probably a better question.
water today. Water.
Who's that? Sorry, mate.
Water.
Not sure you mean there, mate.
Water.
Dallas?
No, water.
Harrison?
No.
Okay, Tyler Roberts. I mean, to be fair, mate, obviously Tyler only came on for 20 minutes. I know he didn't have a great 20 minutes, but I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, obviously with Tyler Roberts, are you looking now at January, possibly loading them out?
No.
Not loading out.
No.
Sell.
No.
Okay. So you're still firmly behind Tyler.
Yeah.
That's good. See, you're positive. I like this. I like this off Ethan. I like this. It's always positive.
Yeah, good day today.
Yeah, no, it's right. I need to just block someone because that was an absolute disgusting comment that's just come in. You blocks whoever's made that comment. You blocks because there's just absolutely no need for that comment I've just seen about Tyler Roberts. That is just a shocking comment. But anyway, I'm not going to refer too much to that. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I think I was a bit gutted to see Tyler get the obviously. There was not much enthusiasm from Tyler Roberts coming on. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a controversial take.
I was there too.
Yeah, you could hear a pin drop when Rafinha came off, couldn't you? There was no. It was just like really polite applause, and then it was like, oh no, ref's coming. I don't think it was so much for me personally. It wasn't because Tyler was coming on. It was more because Raf was coming off. That was the issue for me. And in terms of because he was just so good. I don't think anyone, whoever came on yesterday, is comparing to Rafinha in terms of quality.
Yeah.
It's it's one of them. I thought if you just hold on for the point, it'd have been something. Yeah. It would have been something. But we didn't. We didn't hold on for the point.
Yeah.
Obviously, next 4 games, it's let me try and remember this: Watford at home, Southampton away, Wolves at home, Norwich away. Mm-hmm. I've asked Mike this question. He said 9 points out of the 4. What are you going to say, mate? How many points?
9.
9?
Yeah.
3 wins and a defeat. I'd absolutely love that. Anything like that, and I think it puts us in a really... gives us a decent little basis then to build from. I mean, Simon Tilbury said 9 or 10 points. If we get 9 or 10 points, then we're buzzing with that. I think we've got to at least try and aim for about 6 or 7 at the very least. Try and win 2 of those 4. Yeah. It's horrible.
We had to win against Walker. We had to.
Yeah, we need that win. We do need that win on the board. Because even the Fulham game, we didn't win in normal time. We only won on penalties. You've got to remember that. It wasn't the most convincing of wins in the Cup. No, considering there was quite a lot of senior players in the team, it wasn't the most convincing. We needed Meslier in that game as well to win us the game. Yeah. So, honestly, I was saying to Phil, when Meslier went down... Yeah. My word. If Meslier got injured... if you have Meslier out for a long period of time, we are in bother. We are in bother. I'm not sure...
In there.
At least there's no Kiko. There's definitely that. I mean, we've not seen Clarkson yet in terms of in the first team, but I highly doubt he's better than Meslier. I highly doubt he's worse than Garcia. But we do concede a lot of chances. But look, it's gonna. I think there's gonna be a bit of short-term pain. I do think that. I think obviously it's horrible talking about the next 4 games is important this early in the season. But I think it's obviously you have to have that little half an eye on this December. That run of games in December is not very good either. But any other thoughts, mate? Anything else that was particularly... Any other individuals that pleased you or disappointed you? I'll start with pleased you, first of all.
Cooper, he was good.
Cooper. It was, I think it was okay. I'm not sure I'd go good. I think good might be a little bit kind, but you are positive. You're always positive. What about disappointments? Anyone else really disappoint you yesterday? What do you think to Rodrigo up top? Did you think he was good, bad, or average?
Average to me. Yeah, he was average.
Average, yeah. That's the thing. And you want more than average for me off Rodrigo. But I think his best position's up top. I don't know if you'd agree with that, mate. I think he's best as a centre forward. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. But a lovely comment here from another West Ham fan. A lot of West Ham fans in the comments today. Fair play. Excellent channel, Oscar. Massively appreciate that, mate. Hope Leeds do well this season. Refreshing to watch and hugely entertaining under Bielsa. I want your keeper at West Ham, though. Oh, I had to end it with that. About the keeper. Mellier's not for sale. He's not for sale. He's never leaving Leeds. Never. Unless you can offer 200 million. Although I still probably wouldn't accept that, to be honest with Mellier. He is literally priceless for this Leeds team at this moment in time, and that's the concern. This is actually true. This is true. I think Mike had some praise for Phillips. I thought Phillips, I don't know if he was bad yesterday. I just thought he was average more than anything. By KP standards, he was probably bad, but I just thought he was average, really. What was your thoughts to Phillips? Ethan?
He was good too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we can't totally underestimate Watford next week or at all, really. In terms of Dennis, Sarr, they've got a lot of pacey players there, good outlets and good quality. So it's going to be a really tough game against Watford.
Yeah, I go to Newcastle yesterday, and we go to Newcastle. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we get the result against Newcastle, same as us, and the way ahead of us in the points so far this season as well. So. Yeah. It's and this is true with Duncan. I wasn't criticising Phillips and saying he needs to come out of the team or anything like that. I don't think anyone was, to be fair. But he's got a lot of credit. He's probably got the most credit in the bank of the whole squad, to be fair. I was talking about Tyler. He's not got a lot of credit in the bank. Phillips, totally other end of the scale. A lot of credit in the bank. This is a true stat as well off Nigel. Mellier's faced more shots than any other team this season. Not good. Not good. Does that concern you, Ethan, how much work? The fact Mellier's had to make another 2 or 3 really good saves and we've still lost the game.
Yeah.
It is concerning. It is very, very concerning, isn't it? But in terms of obviously just looking ahead to Watford now, if you had a choice between James and Harrison on that left wing, who are you going for, mate?
Gay. I go with Gay, wouldn't he?
James?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think James...
He was good.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was good first half. I was a bit disappointed to see him come off. I don't think it's been confirmed yet. Injured. But again, I heard little mentions of that, but I didn't know if it'd been confirmed actually. But yeah, I think obviously this is true. This is a true question off Russ. I think I've asked you that, mate. But Creswell, does he keep his place next week?
Yeah.
I thought I'd ask you that.
You keep asking that.
I did ask that. It was a heavy night last night for me. I needed to drown my sorrows last night after the result, so I do apologise. That's why the camera's changed a few times, because the setup hasn't been particularly perfect today. But that's my fault, guys. That's my fault. My setup hasn't been great today. But I wanted to get this done. And get your thoughts. But guys, you can still join if you want to. We're going to do another 5 minutes or so on this. But if you do want to join, then please feel free. It is in the community page for any members of the channel. Please do check it out. This is true. Our Creswell, that's the bragging rights, isn't it? Our Creswell's better than your Creswell. That's bragging rights. That's okay. That's some positive, isn't it? But it's true. It is true. Aaron Creswell had a shocker yesterday. I don't think you can hear relief, but if you could, then you could hear Aaron Creswell because my words, he was delighted when Rafinha came off, I'm sure. It's what a lovely comment this is. What a lovely comment this is off Foshizi. Oscar, well done, mate. You're a credit to the YouTube creator community. On a slightly less positive note, do you think Bielsa's time is coming to an end? Best of luck for the rest of the season. I think it's that come on you Irons. I think it's a West Ham fan anyway. But thank you very much for your lovely comment. Thanks very much for your lovely comment. Does mean a lot, that. But Bielsa, no, I think it's too early to say that. Ethan was straight in there. At the no. I think it's too early to say that. I don't think anything so far has been purely on Bielsa. He's made mistakes, but I don't think you can put the start to the season on Bielsa, really, in total honesty. But yeah, hopefully not. Anyway, I think if that happened, I think it really is not a great start to the season. I think that's a way you have to put that. We didn't concede from a set piece. Positives. Charlie Creswell had a big part to play in that.
They were easy.
Easy to deal with. We didn't score from one either, but
Yeah.
Anyway, it's. I don't see this. I mean, in terms of what Logan's saying here, I don't see that. I think
No.
I do think our results will improve by then. I think it might. We will have a bit of
Yeah.
short-term pain, as I've kept on saying.
Yeah.
But I think in a couple of months, I think we will be back to not necessarily our best, but closer to our best anyway. Yeah, it's any other comments, guys? Any other comments? Please let us know. I think we might just wrap it up in a second. But Ethan, on a scale of 1 to 10, how if you say 10 is not worried at all, and 1 is very worried, what are you saying right now with Leeds United?
Get.
6.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's about the same-ish as me. I think I'm probably more of a 5, but no, that's okay. That's okay. I've got to be honest, Stephen, I've not seen this. I hope that's not the case. I think that's ridiculous if that is the case. I think criticise some of Bielsa's decisions in the last couple of weeks. That's fair. But to turn on Bielsa, not for me. Not for me at all. I think this is true off Russ. I think a lot of players leave, to be honest, if Bielsa leaves, mate. And this is true off Champs. I mean, if you want to check out after this, my post-match reaction to the game is on the channel. And yeah, I did allude to this, that we're going to have short-term pain until the lads are back from injury and we've got a full squad. We've got options. It's absolutely the case. But very much appreciated this off Slow Steady Steve. Cheers, guys. Great content. We will come good. I do believe still. 100% do believe. What do you make to this, Ethan? Firpo is improving every game.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he will really good. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I like Firpo, but I think he's just been a little bit average so far.
Not to me.
Okay. What would you give him out of 10 so far for this season?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I like him as a player. I think he can be an 8 out of 10 for us. But I just think I think in terms of like the way he defends, I think sometimes he needs a little bit more intensity.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see. I'm certainly not going to question Firpo. I think he is an improvement on our other left back options that we've had. Although that's not particularly difficult because we haven't had a left back for a long time at the club. But yeah, Matt Davis says he's a 6. I'd probably go more 6 in total honesty. But no, fair play. Let's stick with the lads. I did think Firpo and James had a decent little combination on that first half. As Nicholas Griffin says here, Firpo and James will be fine. I quite like the chat today. I always like the chat, by the way. That sounded a bit off, that didn't it? But the chat's been positive, and I like to see that. I like to see positivity because we need positivity. If we didn't have positivity at the moment, then we'd have a concern because we've got 3 points out of 6. Again, a couple of comments coming in. Yeah, it's true about the fitness.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Rafinha, 100% our best player on the pitch yesterday. Hopefully, we do get to watch him for a few more seasons. I do hope that, Jordan. I really do, because it was horrible when he came off yesterday. I can't imagine how bad it'll be if he did leave Leeds United one day. I hope this isn't the case, Duncan. Dallas has been off it all season, if we're being totally honest. It hasn't been a great start to the season for him. I hope it's not to do with personal stuff. And if it is, I think just give him a break out of the team, then. In that case, let's hope. I'm not sure. I'm not going to comment on the personal stuff because I don't know what that is. But I've heard little mentions about that. But yeah, again, another player, as I said about credit in the bank or bank balance, whatever we were saying before, he's built up enough of that to deserve just a bit of patience, in terms of the way he started this season for me. But Ethan, pleasure as always, mate. Will we be seeing you next Sunday after Watford?
Yeah.
Love that, mate. Are we getting that first win?
Yeah, we are.
Love that as well. Always positive, Ethan. I'm going to let you go, mate. Absolute legend. We will see you later, mate. See you later.
Yeah, go.
Cheers for coming on, mate. And guys, I'm guessing I'm going to wrap it up there. We're just coming up to the hour mark. Obviously, a couple of games kicking off on Sunday from the Premier League. If you want to watch football, I don't really feel like watching football at this moment in time. Probably the last thing I want to do at this moment in time until next Saturday. But guys, pleasure as always. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, check out my post-match reaction to the game. A lot of lovely comments on that. A lot of a bit of panicking in the comments, but fair enough, guys. There's no right or wrong way to look at the way Leeds are playing at this moment in time. But I think we can all agree that we want to see Leeds United back to their best, and we will be. Just stay patient, guys. Stay patient, and don't panic. And enjoy your Sunday. And check out the post match. See you.
you later, guys. And the vlog as well, guys, that will be coming out as soon as possible as well, guys. See you later. See you later.